Time for another repot. This Fiddle Leaf Fig is growing nicely and it's perfectly healthy. A bit of mechanical damage to some leaves here, but that happens sometimes when leaves are unfurling. But if you have a look down here, you can see that roots are popping out the bottom of this self-watering pot. So definitely time for a repot. Okay, right, so got this out now, and we're going to pot it up into the next size up of pot. You can see it's a little bit bigger. It's probably 2 centimeters bigger all around than the other pot was. This one I think is a 35 centimeter pot, and this one was a 20 centimeter or something like that. Anyway, just a few centimeters all around. But we've got to try and get this one out first. So bring my little tub over here, and I'm not sure if it's going to come out easily or if the roots down the bottom, which I showed you before, are going to get in the way. So let's just have a bit of a try and see what we can do. So with a Fiddle Leaf Fig, it's pretty strong. It's a tree rather than like a vine or something, so you can be relatively rough with the trunk in trying to get it out. So I'm just moving it, and I've got a few little vines rolling around on the bottom here just to provide a little bit of interest, and so it doesn't really matter if they get torn a little bit. Now I can feel it definitely, we're going to have a problem because of the roots that are going right through. So I hope you guys can see this slowly, but okay, we're definitely going to rip some roots at the bottom, but that's okay. I know people are really scared to do things like this with Fiddle Leaf Figs, but I've never really had a problem with them. They tend to grow well for me. So let's even get my hand under there and feel around. This is definitely root bound, so definitely needs to be done. And just see if I can. I don't want to break the pot if possible, because these are good, expensive pots. These aren't just the grow pots. Here we go. It's coming out now. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to need to go get some snips and snip a couple of the roots that are down the bottom. So bear with 2 secs. Okay, so I got my little snippers. Well, your hands down in here. I can feel them here. It's going down into the rest of the pot, which I'm going to want to cut. So it's quite a big root, and I'm not going to be able to pull it, so I may as well cut it. Okay, there we go. There we are. That's better, isn't it? Much already. Okay, now the other way again. Ha, perfect. Almost out now. There we go. Let's see if I can pull some more of the roots through. And I can't, so I'm going to just rip them and cut them. There we are. Right, so one pot out and another to be potted up. So if you have a look at the root ball, we'll move forward to you. You can see the roots that have grown in there. Some very fine ones, and then we've got some very thick ones as well. So this one here is very nice and thick. That's the one I had to cut because that was going straight down into the bottom of the pot. But there we go. So I'm now going to put this into some fresh mix and come back here, and it's going to go into this bigger one. So first things first, put a little bit of soil in the bottom. This is my chunky aroid mix that I've got. which I use for all of my plants that are indoors. And it's cocoa chips, a little tiny bit of potting soil, some perlite, and a bit of horticultural charcoal. So we'll pop that in there, that there. And that will be just about perfect once we get it soil all around it. So I'm going to do this and put that into there. Now I put this in here and we can make a mess and not worry about it. So sometimes using your hands is better. I've just been listening to the Eras Tour concert, which Taylor Swift did. And it's the last night in Vancouver. So the last night of the whole tour. It's the video of that. It's 3.5 hours long. I'm just amazed at her talent. First of all, her songwriting talent. Her stamina to be able to get up there and sing for 3 hours every single night, or a couple nights and then have a rest of 2 or 3 nights, and then on and plus traveling around the world for 2.5 years like she did. She's got some stamina. Must be so fit in order to be able to do that, because just the traveling would get most of us down and make us feel really tired. But phenomenal voice. Seems like a beautiful person all around too, but so deserving of all the accolades she gets. And her fans, and let's face it, I'm one of them. I did not get to go and see the Eras Tour when it was in Sydney. It's probably going to be one of the biggest regrets of my life. I haven't put a lot of regrets in my life, but wow, absolutely amazing. Okay, so basically, just filling in around here and tap, tap, tap away. May as well use up the last little bits of this. This is just the end of my current potting mix that I've got made up, or arrowroot mix that I've got made up. I've got all the bits to make more, but that'll do for this. Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this whole thing in here, and then we are going to dump a tub of water on it, just to get it all set up to settle in. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy. Beautiful. Ooh, wind's coming up. Okay. So this is a 3-liter old milk jug, which I just put water in. This is how I water my plants because I don't have a hose out here. Basically, we are going to saturate this, and it will drain out, and it will take up what it needs, drain out the rest, and in half an hour I'll come back and empty out the water that will have collected in the self-watering pot portion of this pot, and we will go from there. Now this one here, I'm going to take apart because I need to get the roots out of here so I can reuse this pot. But so let me show you. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is what was going around in the bottom of that pot. Now this was probably potted up about a year ago, so it's been through summer here, but that's pretty incredible that it's gone right through all of that. Amazing. So anyway, that'll be able to be taken off now, and I will be able to reuse the pot. Let's just do that. Out it comes. There we go. So that was pretty simple. So there we are. All right. One little fiddle leaf all ready for the next year. I normally wouldn't repot in winter, but I didn't get around to doing some of them in summer, and because I moved in summer and then had the problems with most of the plants being burnt, and wanting to recover them and let them settle into their new place, didn't do a lot of repotting over summer, so I'm now having to do it in winter. Won't do much more, but this one should be good for hopefully a year, 18 months again, and we can go from there. Hope everybody's having a great weekend, and